Konami is really going all in with the Disk System here. The port of the original Twinbee was released on the Famicom on January 4th, 1986. So this is another one of those times where we've got a very rapid sequel here. The original Twinbee was a vertically scrolling shooter and one of the quintessential examples of the cute-em-up genre. Basically, a shoot-em-up except cutesy. Moero Twinbee changes up the formula a lot, and really winds up the worse for it. The full title of the game is Moero Twinbee Cinnamon Hakase o Sukue, which can be translated into English as Burning Twinbee, Save Dr. Cinnamon. The plot of the game is that Dr. Cinnamon, the creator of Twinbee, has been kidnapped, and as the title says, you have to save him. I guess they kind of made that obvious. The big change from the original Twinbee is visible right at the start. Unlike every other Twinbee shoot-em-up, Moero Twinbee has horizontally scrolling stages as well as vertically scrolling ones. And 3 of them scroll horizontally, the first, third, and final stages. Regardless of what direction you're moving, A fires your regular gun, and then things get complicated. On the horizontally scrolling stages, the A fires both straight ahead and lobs a bomb down, while the B button fires a heart out of your back. The heart can only interact with bells, the form of Twinbee's power-ups. Bells are hidden in clouds, and when they emerge because you've shot them, they come out golden in color and just grant you points. Shooting them repeatedly can cause them to cycle through color changes, and collecting the different colored bells acts as a power-up. This is the big problem with Moero Twinbee. The change in perspective from vertically scrolling to horizontally scrolling increases the difficulty of powering up dramatically. On the vertically scrolling stages, the bells are always bouncing in front of you. The bells are where the enemies are, and the motion of the bell gives you the entire screen to work with. When you're scrolling the screen horizontally, the bell is above you while the enemies are in front of you. And because the bells bounce forward when you shoot them, you have to move further and further ahead on the screen in order to maintain the bounce. That means if you're trying to collect a power-up, you have even less time to react to enemies. And that's before you consider the fact that you have to split your attention. It takes 5 shots to turn the bell blue, which will give you a speed up. It takes 10 shots to turn it white, which will give you a double shot. Bounce the bell 15 times to turn it red, which gives you a laser, and 20 times to make it flash, which, depending on what weapon you're using, will either give you clones that chase you around, or a force field. I also have to point out that some bells don't change color. They just lock in at gold and stay there. Which just makes it more fun when you have to put yourself at risk to get a power-up, and you just keep shooting one of those. In the overhead stages, pressing the B button throws a bomb that will hit ground targets, which is just like the original Twinbee. In both horizontally and vertically scrolling stages, hitting a ground target can reveal something for you to collect. Dollar signs are just extra points, while the L and R add an extra beam to your shot. But if you get both of them, then you get a rear shot. Question marks can have a variety of effects. Most of them will be a skull that powers you down a bit, but sometimes it can destroy all enemies on the screen, or turn them into bells, or make you invincible. The question marks that you find in a particular place will always have the same effect, so it's possible to learn which ones you'll want to get and avoid the others. The moon and star icons change your weapon to a spread shot. The moon is 3 bullets and the star is 5. And if you can find Dr. Cinnamon's face, then when you complete the stage you'll go to a bonus stage where you just get bells for points. On the vertically scrolling stages, it's possible for shots to take off Twinbee's arms. If you lose both arms, you can't throw bombs anymore, but you can also summon an ambulance by running into the cross icon, and it'll fix you up. Depending on what killed you, you could leave behind your spirit when you die, and if you move fast enough to collect it, you'll recover your power-ups. The thing that Moero Twinbee is really remembered for is the multiplayer action. And that's because instead of letting you just play 2 people and swap off and on, or even 2 people and you shoot through enemies simultaneously, Moero Twinbee has a 3-player mode. It's the first game on a Nintendo console to have that function. You'll have to get an additional controller and plug it into the expansion port on your Famicom, but then you and two buddies can try to shoot your way through the game. This does disable some things, like having chasing clones, but on the other hand, if two players link up side by side, they can get a powerful shot. Something I noticed while I was playing Moero Twinbee is that this game is hard. Konami will re-release this at the very, very, very end of the Famicom's lifespan on a cartridge. In fact, it'll be the last Famicom cartridge that Konami makes. And I didn't have this much trouble when I played that cartridge version. Now maybe I got lucky at that point and blazed through the extra difficult level 3, which is one of the horizontally scrolling stages, but I actually did 2 different hour-long recording sessions with this, and once I died on stage 3, I just couldn't get any traction back. I find the rest of the Twinbee shoot-'em-ups to be relatively easy. It is just Moero Twinbee that gives me problems. In Japan, it seems like Moero Twinbee isn't particularly well regarded. Like I said, the only thing that people seem to like is the 3-player action. Otherwise, people seem to prefer to forget it exists. My take on it is this is the difficult second outing for Twinbee. Something that's going to be weirdly common on the Disk System. Difficult second outings, not difficult Twinbee games. If I'm going to play a Twinbee game, and I will from time to time, this is the absolute last one I would go to. It's not so awful that when people say, "Oh, I really love that game," I'd go, "Why?" But it's not giving me what I want out of Twinbee. It makes the game a bit of a letdown.